You want to show mom that you really do love her? Well, then make her a Mother's Day card. I have this great idea, okay? It's super simple and you can use just about any paper line you like. But today I'm using, it's called Flutter by Making Memories. So let me show you how to make this adorable card. Okay, first of all, like I said, you want to start with a paper line that's consistent. I have all of these papers, it's like I said, from the Flutter collection from Making Memories, and it includes their ribbons and their embellishments. So this way you know no matter what paper you choose out of the Flutter line, it will work with the embellishment line. Love it. Super easy. Okay, so let's start with, oh wait, and I did one more thing. I used the slice. Now, I know if you haven't seen me do the infomercials on the slice, well then you know I absolutely love this 3-in-1 digital cutter. And what I did with it is I used it to cut out the word mom. And I'll show you that in just a second. So, all right, let's start with some cardstock. And I actually like the pre-made, they're not folded, you fold them, but they already have the score in them. Pre-scored cards, okay? And these cards are, let's see, need my paper cutter. These cards are going to be, not going to be, they are about 7 by 5 inches. So I'm going to take some of my cardstock and I'm going to cut a little teeny less than 7 inches. And why, Terri O, are you doing that, you ask? Because I'd rather, by 5. I'd rather, by a little less than 5, my cardstock be a little shorter than a little over, because then it won't fit in the envelope. So just like that, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and straighten that line out. Oh dear, that'll happen. Happens to the best of us. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the front of this card using my adhesive runner. Love this thing. Okay, put that on the front of the card. And then this is also part of the Flutter collection, and it's like a little journal, a spiral journal, and it has all these embossed, edges and embossed papers and glitter papers, and I'm going to use this one right here. I'm just going to tear it out. And then I'm going to cut this end off. Then I'm going to adhere this to my card, roughly in the center, just like that. Okay. Now, do you see I have this little edge left right here? I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And that way, I've got that little edge right there. The other thing that I'm going to do that I really love to do, because it kind of adds an interesting touch, is I love this little punch right here. It's basically an edge rounder. And you just put it through, put the edge through, and it rounds the corners just like that, which I just love that look. Just rounded. It just gives it a nice professional look, I think. Don't you? You do want your cards to look handmade. Just, keep that in mind. That's the whole point of making somebody that you love a handmade card. Okay, now I'm going to add the letters MOM, M-O-M, in case you didn't know. And the easiest way to do this, honestly, is with glue, because I was going to do like a, some foamies and kind of, give it some dimension, but these are just way too small. And I would have driven myself crazy, so why go there? Because it's supposed to be simple, right? There we go. I used the Hodgepodge design disc, by the way, from Slice to make these letters. And I did it in 2-inch sizes, just FYI. And now if you'll notice on the card, and it's because it's not dry yet, but the edges are gonna kind of curl up a little bit. Once it dries, it dries nice and flat. So don't worry about that, okay? Now I'm gonna take some ribbon, and because this ribbon is just kind of a little finicky because of the way the edges are, you wanna take some clear glue and kind of stop them from fraying. I know it looks like a cluster right now, but it'll be fine, trust me. Put a little glue on the back, and I just put a little strip there, right underneath Mom. I'm going to go ahead and mold that where I want it to go. And when it dries, you will not see the glue, I promise you. And the reason why is because I know this is kind of a messy label, but it is paper craft glue, and it's clear. So when it dries, it's clear. Okay, there we go. Now, see, it's coming together very nicely. So here is where your creativity comes in. Now, what I did is I added some embellishments to it. And honestly, I'd love to recreate this card, but I can't. You want to know why? Because I only had 1 sheet of those types of embellishments. But I have others. So let me show you what I mean. Because this all goes with the flutter line, I'm just going to add these. Pretty little flowers that just peel off and stick. How cool is that? Okay, so now I have a completely different card that looks the same, similar, but different, but yet it's handmade and it's very unique. One quick tip I want to remind you is don't forget to decorate the outside of the envelope. You know why? Because it's just an added special touch, and your mother will bake you an extra apple pie. Okay, so have a happy Mother's Day, everyone.